if Don Robert, the chairman of the LSE, is serious about being a Bloomberg competitor, then this is actually the first of what would probably be at least a couple more acquisitions.
The value right now is really in that network that Bloomberg gives you access to, all the other people with terminals. So I think that if they are going after a terminal business, it's going to be a lot harder than just saying, hey, we have all these sources of data, come join us.
So Refinitiv is a financial information company. They have all sorts of different data and financial data of the like. Were acquired by the London Stock Exchange for $27 billion. London Stock Exchange is in the Plaid ETF, and is a platform that has all different types of just trading platforms, right? Investment platforms. And what this looks like to me is the London Stock Exchange trying to go up and compete against Bloomberg, and to try and bring in this information and have a much more packaged sale than just having the trading environment and the investment platform, which is what they've had quite successfully for many years. What do you take of it, Nick?
It makes sense for them to try to compete with Bloomberg on the data side, but I think where the tough part is, Bloomberg is a platform where they make their money isn't just on the data, it's really on this network they've created, where you have all these traders basically on Bloomberg. They can connect directly to each other. The way I would kind of think of it as like a finance-wide Discord or Slack for finance professionals, and is basically layered on top of all this data. The data's part of it to me is less defensible. You have a lot of people that have basically unbundled certain parts of Bloomberg and particular data sets and basically offer it for much cheaper than the whole Bloomberg bundle. But the value right now is really in that network that Bloomberg gives you access to, all the other people with terminals. So I think that if they are going after a terminal business, it's going to be a lot harder than just saying, hey, we have all these sources of data, come join us, because you're not getting all that other value you get out of Bloomberg. You're certainly not going to be able to charge a similar price to what Bloomberg does. And you've already seen a number of other terminal type businesses that have tried to compete with Bloomberg fail. So I think it's
basically
tough.
Bloomberg is a platform. Not many people would think of Bloomberg as a platform, but yes, the Bloomberg platform would be a communication collaboration platform. You can message, as you're saying, you can build worksheets and collaborate on worksheets and different research across, shared workspaces with other people on your team. And so there's definitely a network effect dynamic. There's a lot of deals that get done on Bloomberg. And if you don't have a Bloomberg terminal, you're not in the know, you're not in the network, literally.
There's also the development platform aspect to it. You have a lot of third-party developers building around Bloomberg. Similar to what you've seen around Slack and some of these other messaging
and
platforms.
Salesforce, and bringing new data into the Bloomberg ecosystem, selling that data that complements the baseline foundational data in Bloomberg.
Also providing like new functionality and other things for specific trading verticals that the default Bloomberg might not have.
The London Stock Exchange definitely has an investment platform, which Bloomberg does not have.
Right.
But will that be enough on the investment platform side to then really kind of maybe layer in other platforms in addition to this? So, I mean, my takeaway from this is if Don Robert, the chairman of the LSE, is serious about being a Bloomberg competitor, then this is actually the first of what would probably be at least a couple more acquisitions that maybe bring the collaboration and communication and messaging type platforms.
Something like Symphony might make sense, so that would probably be another expensive acquisition.
And why don't you explain what Symphony is?
The Symphony basically was a Bloomberg messaging competitor. It's a communication platform basically launched by finance people for big banks, and I think it's been funded by Goldman and a bunch of these other big banks.
I think it's 20 or 30 different banks.
Internally, and the idea basically is rather than paying thousands of dollars for a Bloomberg terminal when you could get each of the components of that bundle separately, Symphony basically says, all right, just get the messaging component. It's has all the security and regulatory compliance stuff that you need in place, and it's like an order of magnitude cheaper, if not more, than what Bloomberg cost.
Right. Well, and really the genesis for Symphony was that there was articles leaked that Bloomberg was tracking what Goldman traders were trading on and talking about, and they didn't take that too well.
The Bloomberg news side got the terminal side in trouble, which I imagine didn't go over too well at Bloomberg.
No, that's no bueno.